Hey everybody! Today we're going to talk about 5 books that I have and recommend for starter herbalists. I'm a master herbalist and have been practicing herbalism for years. And I have had the opportunity to buy books not just once, but twice. A couple of years ago, we lost our house due to a flood, and of course, I lost most of my herbalist books. But that gave me a chance to cull and rebuy the books that I like. So today I'm going to give you a list of books that I have and like in my library. Alright, so book number 1 would be this book right here. The School of Natural Healing by Dr. John Christopher. This one is, I do believe it's out of print, but well worth the money if you can find it, which normally it is on Amazon for around $50, $60. Well worth the money. And the reason I say that is there are list of common herbs that you will be able to find here in the United States. And not only that, he gives you recipes on how to use these herbs, and there's all sorts of recipes in the back as well. Definitely a book to have. Alright, so that's my number 1 recommendation. Now with the rest, it really depends on what kind of herbalist that you want to be. But I did pick selection of all-around books depending on what you want to do. Alright. If you want to be an herbalist that wants to find your own plants and identify them, then these are some of the books that I would recommend. This book right here is Rodell's Illustrated Encyclopedia of Herbs, and I like it because it gives you a good description of the herbs, what they're used for, and it even has colorful photos. And that is one thing that is a must for me when I'm identifying. It doesn't matter how well the drawing is. Even if it's colored, a colored drawing, it's never the same as the plant that you see outdoors. So I recommend finding books that have photographs, well photographed herbs. And this book also has descriptions on what the herb looks like. So this is definitely a good starter book for herbs, especially in your garden, like the garden variety herbs. So this one is a well worth the find if you find it. Another set of books that I recommend if you are wildcrafting or wanting to identify your own herbs is the Peterson's Field Guides. I love these guides. There is one on medical plants and herbs, and then one on edible wild plants. Both of them well worth the buy, and they again have photographed pictures. And they do have a little bit of a description, not much on what the herbs are used for, but this is a great book to use to identify your plants. So this would be like, say, stage 2 or 3 down your herbal path. Picking your own herbs may not be for the beginner herbalist, but these are definitely well worth your money if that's the path you choose to take. Alright, if you are just starting out and just want to create your own concoctions, but not necessarily start collecting the herbs, these 2 books, they're written by Stephanie Tortles, and one is on healing remedies and one is on body care. And these books are great for the starter and, of course, the more educated herbalist, but they give you different recipes, and most of these recipes are in essential oils, and that's why I say it's good if you aren't ready to start collecting your herbs and you just want to go and buy the essential oils at the store and dabble in herbalism. That is quite okay, and this is a great book to have in that case. So, and she also describes why she likes tinctures over the dried herbs, which is a great reference to have. So these are some two books that I would definitely recommend for the starter herbalist. Now, you've been doing herbalism for a little while, and you've decided that you want to narrow your path down to a particular herbalism style, which I have done. I follow old world or more of new world medicine. I like to find my herbs out in the wild if I can, but these books that I'm going to recommend next are not necessarily books for Chinese medicine, and that's one aspect of herbalism that I don't really follow, just because you have to pick and choose to be able to become more versed in what medicine you're following. And there's nothing against Chinese medicine. That's just the path that I just didn't decide to follow. I follow the old world. So, with that said, here's a set of books that I have and enjoy in describing the different types of herbal medicine. And there is one, it's Earthwise Herbal, and they're all written by Matthew Woods. And this one, volume 1, is the complete guide to old world medicine, which is awesome. And then this one is volume 2, which is the complete guide to new world medicine. Again, awesome. And then we have Herbal Repository. This one is kind of an extra book that gives you more knowledge on herbalism in general, per se. So this would be another book to collect if that's the path that you're choosing to go down. And like I said, these books are written by Matthew Woods. Alright, so this book is kind of an extra, but I say it's a definitely a recommended, if not required, book for every herbalist that wants to practice herbal medicine. And this one is my private herbal book. So whenever you start collecting information about herbs, you want to be able to write it down in your own language. When you start using the herbs, you want to be able to write down your own effects and what your thoughts and your processes are in using herbs. And that's what I have done in this book. So I have gone all out in this book. And it's a rather large book, as you can see, but this is not the first one that I've created. The first one and an expansion, several expansions, that one actually was destroyed in our flood. So this one, I decided that I was going to go big automatically, and I found a very big spiral, or not spiral, but notebook that you can open up. Which I definitely recommend. That way you can add and take away herbs as you wish. So those are my books. And then I have a bonus for you. Hold on one second. Alright, I'm back. Okay, so when you're into herbalism, sometimes you want to teach your children herbalism as well. Well, this right here is called Wildcraft. which is a game, and it's an herbal game. I love this game. This is another one of those that we lost in the flood, and I finally bought it again. I'm so glad to have it again. But what is cool about this game is most games, you know, are ones that there's a winner and a loser. Well, no, this one, you all work together to accomplish your goal together. So I do love that. And then it also has, let me set that down. It has different cards, like what your ailment is and what herb you have found on your path. And then you cross-match these two depending on what your illness is. You can see down below the list of common herbs that would be used for, this case, an earache. And then you match up the herb. And as you can see, dandelion is not in earache, so you wouldn't be able to use that. But if you had a partner that had one of the herbs that you would need, say echinacea, and the partner was willing to give it to you, you could continue down your path. And that's working together, and everybody is involved in learning the different herbs. Great resource for even young children. Oh, great. My game just fell and hit the camera. So that was the shakiness. So that's my list. I know it was more than 5, but I did narrow it down quite a bit. I have probably 100 books now. Yeah, some of them I just have just to show how bad they are, and some of them I have because I actually use them and put information in my personal book. So, I hope this information helped you out. If you enjoyed the information, give me a thumbs up. Leave some comments below if you have any questions or what is your favorite book in herbalism. And I hope to see you again soon. This is Bekka. See you later. Bye.